All right, sweet. It's gone live. All right. Let's get this started. This is silly. So I tried going live on YouTube. My account's not ready yet. I tried going live on Instagram. It says I can't, but in the thing it says I can, but then when I try it says I can't. Anyway, regardless, this is just a short live. I wanted to do some coffee for my coffee channel, but this'll do, I guess. Anyway, I wanted to just make some espresso today, but I don't know why I said but. So that's what we're gonna do. So I don't have any like crazy fancy espresso tools. I actually prefer more of the kind of hands-on, try to get it as best as you can without all the little gadgets. So our coffee needs a little bit of aerating, I guess you could say. It's get rid of the clumps. So a trick that I actually learned from somebody on YouTube is if you take your coffee that you want to do, shake it up, that will get rid of any air pockets, any clumps, it'll break them up. And then the trick is getting it put into the basket nice and smooth. Anyway, got my tamper. Now, the espresso that we are using is from a company called Planet Bean. They're based out of Guelph, Ontario, and this is their Eclipse Espresso. I need to get a new tamper. So check out this tamper. This came with my machine. We got this machine a few years ago, and it gets the job done, but this little extra piece up here, the smaller side, makes it really challenging to get. So to be able to get it even, I have my fingers there so I can make sure that I feel the evenness of the puck, but to get a good grip on it, it's hard because my hand can't wrap around this in a certain way. So do the best we can with what we got. So check the ridges, make sure it's tamps nice and even, and then to avoid upsetting the espresso, we're gonna go ahead and pop that in like so. And the machine's warmed up, ready to go. And so when I brew espresso, I usually do a 1-to-2 ratio. So I weighed out 18 grams of coffee. So for every gram, we have 2 grams of coffee output. So that we're gonna wanna go for 36. Now, with my machine, more comes out once it's finished. That being the case, I usually stop the espresso at I usually stop pulling the espresso at about 32 grams, and it usually comes up to about 36. So with this one, it's a darker espresso. It's not a lighter espresso. So I ground it a little bit coarser and weighed it out to 18 grams for the basket. With lighter roasts, I usually do it a bit finer, and then I grind it a bit finer and with a gram or 2 more. So anyway, let's get this booted up, and here we go. So usually I like my shots to be around 20 seconds is kind of my personal preference. A bit more is fine too. I don't usually like less than 20 seconds. So I may have grinded a bit too fine. We're sitting at 16 bars of pressure. We're coming up on 28, 29, 30, 31, drop it at 32. And we wound up with 35 grams, not too bad. And I missed the timing on that one, so I'm not really sure what it ended up being. Yeah, almost 36. And these shots are very short, so I don't actually need the 2 cups. But anyway, let's give it a shot and see what we see. See, look how pretty that is. So beautiful. All right. Oh, that turned out really good. That's fantastic. I'm actually very happy and impressed with how it ended up turning out. Planet Bean is a really good coffee. They do a really good job. A lot of their coffees I find to be on the darker side, not crazy dark, not like Starbucks Insanity dark, but on their roasting profiles seem to be a bit more on the darker side. But in a good way. They have a nice balance, and their Eclipse Espresso it's good. So awesome. What's your favorite espresso? Let me know.